My cat died of cancer last September. It's been almost a year, but I still miss him from time to time. In this video series, I want to share the story between us. Me, a foreign student in France, and a cat named Juin. Chapter 1. How I met my cat. In 2010, I came to France to pursue my master's degree in information science. I was extremely happy to study abroad, living independently on my own, speaking a foreign language, meeting new people. But the thrill of independent life wears off little by little after 1 year. Instead, I began to see the difficulties of making close friends due to cultural and linguistic barriers. My master's study is also quite intense. During the day, I spend most of my time in the library studying. In the evening, I went back to my apartment, often exhausted, and I'll have a simple meal in front of a TV show on my computer. I didn't know that adult life can be so lonely. I longed for companionship, not from another person, but from a cat. It has always been my dream to have a pet since I was a child. I grew up living in apartments in big cities, and my parents don't allow pets in the house. When I came to France, I was lucky enough to afford my own apartment. The moment I moved into my own place, the desire to be in the company of a cat woke up again, and each day it became stronger. I began to spread words among my friends that I'm looking to adopt a cat. And just like that, one day, I received a message from one of my girlfriends saying that there is a little cat waiting to be adopted. Instead of feeling excited, the first thing I thought was, really? Am I ready for that? I know nothing about cats. How can I take care of him properly? What if we don't get along? What if he gets lost? What if he gets sick? What if he attacks me during the night when I'm sleeping? At that time, I was doing the second year of my master. Almost all my friends are postgraduate students. When you're a student, it's almost impossible to have some perspective for the future. Every scholar year, you have to do a mandatory internship, meaning that you have to get away for at least 3 months. Eventually, I will finish my master's study. And what will I become after that? Where will I be living? Will I still be in France? Still in Europe? How can I be responsible for an animal with all these uncertainties in my own life? With all the doubts and fears whirling in my head, after a long time of hesitation, I decided to at least go to visit this little creature. My friend's apartment is on the other side of the city. It took me almost 40 minutes by bus to get there. I entered her building, found her apartment. I was standing in front of her door, and I heard loud laughter and the cats meowing. I knocked on the door. She let me in. I was surprised to see her apartment was in such complete chaos. She smiled in embarrassment, explaining that she is going to move to London next month for her internship. I can still hear a cat meowing, coming from piles of moving boxes on the ground. There he is, a tiny little cat with clear blue eyes and stripe patterns on his back and sides, wobbling towards me. He was playful. He rapidly ran around my feet like a small squirrel while making the cutest cat noises. "What's his name?" I asked. I didn't give him one. For now, I just call him Clumsy, because he's clumsy. She made me some tea, and we chatted together sitting on the sofa, in the middle of boxes. She told me that the cat is only 2 months old. She found him in a shoebox behind her car one morning. The cat was clearly abandoned by his owner. She took him back to her apartment and fed him with cat milk until now. She never intended to keep the cat as her pet. She just wanted to save him and hoped someone else would take over him. I looked at him attentively. He's so energetic and curious. He jumped up and down the moving boxes all around the apartment, sniffed the dirty laundry on the ground, played with shoelaces, drank some milk, then ran swiftly with no specific direction like crazy. Eventually, he came up to me. He began to meow loudly in front of us. I picked him up in one hand and put him on the sofa. He immediately stopped meowing. He curled up on my laps and began to purr comfortably. I never felt such tenderness, such warmth, and such cuteness in my life. At that moment, I made up my mind. I will take him with me. I will learn how to live with a cat. I will nurture him. I will take care of him when he's sick. I will be patient if he is naughty. I will be responsible of his well-being. 1 hour later, I said goodbye to my friend. With a cat kennel in my left hand, a bag of cat food in my right hand, I got on the bus towards home. He meowed loudly during the whole trip. And that's how I met my cat. Thank you for listening. Please give this video a like and consider to subscribe to my channel for the following stories. See you next time.